Hey, Vidge, welcome back to another episode of Alleged Tea, hosted by your girl Taylor-Nicole, otherwise known as Lady Aguilera 2.0 on TikTok. Hey, Vidge, oh my goodness, I need to tell you so much fucking shit that's happened. We need to really, I'm putting this down, I'm bringing out the Celsius. At this point, they should sponsor me. Am I right or am I wrong? Anyways, we need to talk about a lot of things, but I need to tell you about the fact that I almost killed me and my dog in our sleep without even knowing, okay? If it wasn't for a woman named Cassie, I think she saved my life. Okay, listen to this. I'm smart, okay? College degree right here. Yep, this girl right here, college degree. Dumb in other areas. One of those areas being common sense, okay? My mom's favorite saying to me is, I don't know how you survived this world on your own. I don't know how you lived on your own for 2 years. I don't know how you've done it. I don't know how you're going to have children. I don't understand. I don't understand how your brain works this way. And this is one of those moments. Thank you very much. Story starts off with Temu. I'm not even joking you. This all started with Temu, and this is not a fucking ad, okay? And my parents figured out what Temu was. They started putting in mass orders. And apparently, my stepdad ordered this air conditioner unit. I'm putting in air quotations if you're not looking at me. It's not an air conditioning unit. It is essentially a fan with a water compartment on top of it, okay? That he doesn't even remember ordering. My mom goes, oh, he doesn't need this. Here, you have it. Such a kind, giving woman, okay? So she gives it to me. I play around with it. I use it. It doesn't really do much, okay? But it has a steaming component where it the water on the top, it'll steam, it puts out water into the air, right? It just steams fucking water, okay? It just, listen, it mystifies fucking water. I use it for a day, doesn't really work. I come up with the bright idea of, let me put Downy scent boosters, the little beads, in the water compartment, press the fucking steam button, steam it into the air, so my room can smell good. That was my genius fucking Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison idea, okay? I put it in there, I hit the button, I leave it running in my room for about, I would say, 7 days straight, allegedly. Allegedly, okay? It's going. I start getting massive fucking headaches. I'm not correlating the two. I actually said out loud to my TikTok live people, my TikTok live besties, and to my mother that I think I'm getting headaches because the blood is rushing to my head when I work out and I'm dehydrated. That's a conclusion that I came to. But I also noticed every day around 5 o'clock, approximately 6 hours into breathing the shit in, I would get a headache, okay? But I was thinking, I was just so dehydrated. So I would start chugging water. The headache would never go away, right? It isn't until yesterday, okay? I'm on TikTok Live. I have, let me show you what it looks like. Let me show you what it looks like. This is the culprit. As you can see, the top of it still has fabric softener in it, okay? Yes, ma'am, okay? Water component. You see these little holes at the top? That's where the steam comes out of. So it would just be psh, right? And then the fan would go on. Okay, so that's the culprit, right? I'm on TikTok Live. I have this thing blasting in my window. When I look behind me, and my entire room is filled with essentially fog. Think of Shrek's swamp times 100. You can't even, it's not, they couldn't see it on the live, but in person, it was so foggy. And I'm like, what the fuck? I thought, again, I don't know where the brain cells are. I think they're they moved down to my feet or something, because I go, I think it's on fire. That's what I said. I think it's on fire. I look at the thing, the fucking air conditioning unit. It's visibly not on fire, okay? But I am still convinced, because hello, smoke, that it's on fire, okay? So I go, oh my gosh, it's on fire. Everybody on my live is like, what's going on? I go, I think I need to open the windows. I open the windows. I explain the situation to my TikTok live people. They go, a woman named Cassie, God bless Cassie. She goes, Taylor, please read my comment. I don't think you should be putting fabric softener, scent beads, boosters into the water because you're essentially putting the chemicals into the air, and that's probably why you've been getting headaches lately. Somebody get her a PhD fucking D. This woman's a doctor. She's a scientist. She's a HVAC fucking mechanic. She's a genius. Okay, I go, oh my goodness. Everything starts connecting. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my goodness. That is exactly why I've been getting headaches. I look around in my room. I realize that it's foggy because it's the chemicals in the water that I have just been shooting into the air, and my windows were closed. My door was closed. So it was essentially trapping all the chemicals in my room, and I was just breathing that shit in. And you're like, okay, and for the people that are like confused, which is probably nobody, but I was like, I don't understand how that works, okay? But think about it like this. I'm essentially taking fabric softener, breaking it down into tiny little baby particles, like mist, putting it into the air and breathing it in. So I'm essentially drinking fabric softener. It's like going into my lungs and like into my bloodstream because I'm putting it into the air and breathing it in. Essentially why I was getting a fucking headache. Yeah. And I was doing that for 7 days straight with like no knowledge. I had to tell my mom. My mom was like, I don't understand how you live life. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm worried for you to have children. I don't think you should have children. And I'm like, okay, well, they should write that on the fucking bottle, should they not? Should they write, don't put it in vapor or like a humidifier or something? I don't know. I just wanted my room to smell good. Fuck. A girl can't fucking live. Okay, I get it. A girl boss too close to the sun. I'm going to go back to Jupiter. Speaking of almost getting killed, okay, I need to tell you this story that I told on my TikTok live that hit me out of nowhere, and I was immediately brought back to high school. Everybody was in shambles over this story, okay? So sit down, fasten your seatbelts, because we're about to enter into high school Taylor story time. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And high school Taylor. It's very fucking, you think I'm bad now? You think I'm stupid, wild, crazy, whatever you want to call me? Triple that. Quadruple that, okay? Listen to this. Once upon a time, okay? I'm in high school. I'm a sophomore. I'm 16. I don't know shit about the world, okay? I don't know things, okay? In my high school, I was in an accelerated program, okay? So there's regular high school classes, honors with AP, and then there's like all AP classes. What it was called IB, International Bachelorette, some shit like that. I don't know. Bitch, I don't know. Okay, it was called IB. And in order to be into this program for junior and senior year, you had to pass a push. Everybody called it that, okay? AP US History, that's what you had to pass, okay? Sophomore year, 16 years old, know nothing about life. Now, mind you, when you're a sophomore, and my high school was huge, okay? We had a graduating class of like 2,000 kids. I don't know who the AP US History teacher is. I'm living day by day. I'm surviving. How the fuck am I supposed to know what the sophomore AP US History teacher looks like, okay? So I go into class. Brand new year, fresh notebooks, the air and the smell in the air is of fucking books and a new fucking chapter, right? So I go into my classroom, AP US History. I sit down with all my class members, and I see the teacher. The teacher walks in, and I go, oh my goodness, he looks so fucking familiar. He looks so familiar. And I'm looking at him. Now, mind you, the AP kids, all the IB kids, we had the same classes with the same people. So we all knew each other, right? Like, not like regular high school where you have different people in every class. No. We had the same people. I'm telling my friends, I know him. No, you don't. And I'm thinking my parents know him because my parents know fucking everybody, okay? They're like the town fucking mayor. Like, they know everybody. So I'm like, I know him. I bet you my parents know him, right? Week goes by. Another week goes by. And I, like, keep saying, God, he looks so familiar. God, he looks so familiar, right? I'm in class. We're, like, doing a reading or something. When all of a sudden, boom, it fucking hits me. I go, I know where I know him from. I pull out my phone. Mind you, we're not supposed to have our phones out in class. Pull out my phone. I go, search up on my phone. I go, this is who he looks like. I figured it out. He looks like this guy. And I hand the phone to my friend and present to him the Chicken Man from Toy Story 2. The man that steals Woody. Okay? I show the guy next to me, and I'm like, he looks just like him. Okay? Unbeknownst to me, the teacher is actually listening to this conversation, but he's just keeping his head down, acting like he's not listening, right? And I go, he looks just like him. He is so identical to the chicken man from Toy Story 2 that the students that I showed start freaking out, okay? They're passing my phone back and forth. We're creating a commotion at this point. I'm like, he looks just like him. I knew I recognized him, okay? To me, he's a fucking celebrity. He's a celebrity. Who doesn't love fucking Toy Story 2? Actually, he would be the villain. You know what? Wow. What a foreshadowing moment. Anyways, so I go, oh my goodness, there's a commotion created, right? Now, mind you, we're not supposed to have our phones in class. Teacher stands up. I'm like, fuck. The guy, like 4 chairs over, has my fucking phone. He goes, hand over the phone. The teacher. Kid hands over the phone, right? He goes, is this your phone? Kid goes, no, it is not my phone. The teacher goes, whose phone is this? Mind you, the chicken man is zoomed in on my phone, like on my phone screen. It's zoomed in on my phone screen, right? He goes, whose phone is this? Holds up the phone with the chicken man on the phone, essentially doing a side by side. The chicken man's on the phone and he's holding it up next to his face going, whose phone is this? And I am thinking in my head, my God, the resemblance is uncanny. They look identical. Like, I'm like looking at it like, God, I knew him, right? At this point, I'm not thinking that I did something wrong yet. I'm thinking, I fucking knew it. I knew you look like somebody. He goes, whose phone is this? He's holding up the picture of the chicken man and next to his face, essentially. And I go, that's my phone, sir. He goes, this is your phone? And I go, yes. And he goes, I'll be taking this. And I'm like, okay, fuck. He goes, every year, there's one student that brings up the fact that I look like the chicken man from Toy Story 2. And I hate that student. I hate that student. This year, that's you. Sir, it's not my fault you look like the chicken man and you're essentially raising children that grew up on fucking Toy Story. Somebody's gonna fucking put the pieces together. So at this point, I realize I'm fucked. I'm like, this man fucking hates me. This man fucking hates me, right? He takes my phone. Phone's gone for the rest of the day. He held it to the end of the day and I went and got it. But the story doesn't end there. This is a long story of villainism, okay? He fucking hated me, okay? And this goes to show you that your one choice of comparing somebody to the chicken man will affect the rest of your life, okay? Listen to this. That's how he hated me, right? School year goes on, right? Until the U.S. Constitution test comes up, okay? In order to pass AP U.S. History at my high school, you have to pass the U.S. Constitution test, okay? And it's like 100-something questions, and you have to, at the very least, get like a C or a B, right? He says in class one day, he goes, I bet you that you could find the exact test that I use on the internet with the answers because I took this test from a different teacher and use the same test every year. I'm sure you could find the answers. Now, a couple of reasons why that was stupid to tell us, okay? My IB class was a room full of fucking cheaters. We collectively, as a community, cheated together, okay? So that meant if I knew the answer to number 5, I'm telling everybody the answer to number 5 because I know out of 40 kids, somebody's going to know the answer to number 6 and somebody's going to give that to me. We collectively did homework and tests together, okay? We had a Facebook group where we would all send each other answers to the homework, to test, to essays, just switch it up a little bit so we could all collectively pass AP US History, okay? Why he told us that the answers were online, unbeknownst to me. I don't know why the fuck he did that. So what do you think that we fucking did when he told a room full of cheaters that the answers were online, okay? Let me tell you this. I'm going to tell you how bad it was that our class cheated. They banned water bottles, okay? Because we would peel off the label and write the answers on the inside of the label and turn it like this. We weren't allowed to have water bottles in class, okay? We weren't allowed to have the top parts of calculators because we would take pencils and write real softly the answers. And then when the test was over, we would wipe it. Like we were geniuses. We were geniuses at cheating. He tells us that. What the fuck do you think that we did? We went online. We looked for the answers, and in a matter of seconds, we all had the answers. We posted it on the Facebook group. We all messaged each other. So a class of 40 kids, all of us had the answers, like the exact test and the answers. I don't know about you, but I, as a person, me, if I read a question for a test, and I read it 2-3 times, I can't unknow the answer. Like, I just know it at that point. Some people need to study it a bunch of times. If I read a test 3 or 4 times, I know the answer and it's circled, I don't really have to study it anymore. I just know the answer. Okay. Some would call that a photographic memory, but to each their own. Anyways, so we all have the answers, right? Here comes the U.S. Constitution test. We sit down. My high school boyfriend at the time, literal fucking idiot. God bless him. We sit down. Okay. We had all agreed as a collective whole that we would give ourselves a reasonable grade. Okay. So we had already took 2 tests prior. So I was averaging about a C on a test. Okay. So that meant I couldn't give myself 100%. I couldn't give myself a B+. I could give myself a B- or a B, but that's pushing it. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's be reasonable here. Don't get fucking greedy. We go to take the U.S. Constitution test. My high school boyfriend at the time, he sits down. He has this little piece of paper with every number 1, A, number 2, C, number 3, B, okay? He has it written down 1 through 100 on this little tiny piece of paper. He sits down. Mind you, it's bubbles, right? Does not open the exam at all. He never opens the exam. He bubbles out the answer sheet, right? He's just touching the answer sheet, okay? He's just bubbling it out. Never opens the exam. Finishes the test in under 10 minutes and hands his test in and goes, "Can I go to lunch?" The teacher, rightfully so, goes, "What, are you just going to bomb the test? You think you're going to fail or what?" He goes, "No, that's 100 right there. I know that's 100. Can I go to lunch?" Teacher's confused. He goes, "Yeah, sure. Go to lunch." Our entire class, we're all looking at each other like this. Look at me, bitch. We're all like, because he just fucked it up. He just single-handedly fucked it up for all of us. He fucked it up for all of us. We're all collectively agreed that we would give each other, we would give ourselves a grade that makes sense. And this man just finished 110 fucking question that people have in the past had issues with finishing on time in under 10 minutes. And while we're sitting there, the teacher starts grading his fucking U.S. Constitution test. The teacher starts grading it, right? Oh, wouldn't you know it? He's got 100%. He didn't even give himself a 91. He gave himself 100%. So I, myself, am trying to fucking fake some answers that are wrong to give myself at least a B average, right? Teacher very much catches on. We all submit our tests in a reasonable time. Next day goes by. We enter class. The dean is there. The teacher is very, very angry. And he has all the tests. And he goes, "All of you cheated. All of you cheated." And we're also kind of confused because we're you told us that the answers were online. Why would you do that? You know what I mean? Who's in the wrong here? You know what I mean? Don't tell a class full of students that the answers are online. You have this test that you found online. Don't fucking do that. So he goes, "I've compared your previous 2 tests to the U.S. Constitution test. And based on those exams, who I think cheated is going to have to retake the test." And he had a list of students that he had assumed cheated, even though it was everybody in the class, right? And it was about 10 to 12 kids. Who do you think was on that list? Who do you think was on that list? The girl that called him the chicken man. Right here. Right here. He never forgot that. And he fucking hated me and he had it out for me. I'm on the list of kids, basically, that are fucked, okay, for this exam. And I'm like, okay. He goes, "You guys all have to retake a different test, okay? And the different test isn't bubbles, okay? It's not a bubble exam, okay? It's a written exam. Basically, it's you either know the answer or you don't, right?" And so he takes us all out one by one that of the people that he assumed cheated, individually interrogates us. Did you cheat? Where did you find the answers? Blah, 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 right? He takes me out, right? And he goes, did you cheat on the exam? I go, no, sir, I did not. I would never do that. Okay, because listen, bitch, if it was a different teacher, if it was one of my favorite teachers and they caught me up and I was red-handed, yes, ma'am, I cheated. I'm sorry, okay? I'm just trying to do good in school. This motherfucker had it out for me. He was looking for dirt on me. Why would I confess to my sins to not the Pope? You know what? I'm not going to do that. Like, what the fuck do I look dumb? Don't answer that, okay? Don't fucking answer that. I don't tell him that I cheated. He is pissed that I'm not fucking confessing, okay? He goes, all of you have to retake the test. I go, okay, what the fuck ever, right? I'm pissed off at the other students that got away with it because I'm like, they equally had the answers. He just fucking hated me and then these other kids. So he was just like, I'm going to put the blame on you, right? This slowly starts turning into a school scandal, like kids cheating, right? On this huge fucking US Constitution test. The smart kids in the school are fucking cheating their way to the top, right? I go to English class after this, okay? Word gets around fast in my high school. I go to my English class, right? My favorite English teachers. She goes, come here. Stay after class. Like 5 minutes, stay after class. I'm like, okay. So she makes me stay 5 minutes after class. She goes, what happened in Mr. Chicken Man's class? I go, everybody cheated. She goes, did you cheat? I go, yes, ma'am, I did. I did. She goes, Taylor. I go, he told us the answers were online. She goes, what? He told you guys the answers were online? I go, yes, ma'am, he did. He told us the answers were online, and he said that he took this test from a different teacher and just essentially plagiarized this test and gave it to us, and he's been using the same test every year for the past 10 years. Now, you don't use the word plagiarized to an English teacher with a teacher that she has secret beef with that you have no idea about. Yes, ma'am. They had secret beef with each other that I knew nothing of, okay? I didn't even know that they had beef with each other. She was looking for dirt on him. She goes, oh, interesting, okay? And I go, yeah. And she goes, so what happened? I go, we all looked up the answers. We found the answers online, and then we took the test, and everybody got a good grade, and then he hand-selected and cherry-picked students that he didn't like, and those students have to retake a test, and one of those students being me. She goes, what do you mean? I go, I called him the chicken man. She goes, what? I go, I didn't mean it on purpose. Like, I didn't mean it as an insult. I said that he looked like somebody and I couldn't figure out who. And then I realized it was a chicken man from Toy Story 2. And then I showed one of my friends, and one of my friends passed the phone around, and then he grabbed the phone, and the chicken man was on my phone, and he was saying that he looked like him, and I didn't mean it like as if he's like ugly. I meant like he looks like him. And she's just looking like, how do you explain that story in a positive light? How do you paint that? And she's like, Taylor. And I'm like, I know, it was an accident. I didn't mean it in a bad way. And she goes, okay, go to class, right? A day goes by. I now enter AP US history for the third day in a row. This time it's a dean, it's the fucking vice principal. There's so many people in the class. They go, we have a problem. We have a huge problem. There's a huge cheating scandal going on. This isn't good. And they're like having a huge discussion with their class. Like, we're in immense trouble. Okay. Dean leaves. Vice principal leaves. The teacher goes, it has come to my attention that somebody thinks I plagiarized this test. So now I'm having issues with the dean and creating a new test because somebody thinks that I plagiarized this test. Now, I know that he's talking about me, right? I know I'm the one that told the English teacher that he plagiarized the test. Miss English teacher fucking snitched on me. Mind you, the whole time while this teacher's talking, he's staring at me. He's looking at me like, you fucking bitch, okay, right? And I'm sitting there like, fuck. So what does this man do? He baits me. He goes, whoever told the principal, the dean, whoever, that I plagiarized this test, if you come forward and admit to it, I will give you an A on this exam, the U.S. Constitution exam. I start thinking like, fuck, an A? You would automatically pass the class. You could be chilling for the rest of the fucking year if you got an A on the U.S. Constitution. I'm like, I can't. I'm going back and forth in my head. Oh my God. And he's staring at me, right? And I'm like, I can't do it. He'll fucking ruin me. He takes each of us individually outside in the hallway and asks us, did you tell somebody I plagiarized the U.S. Constitution test? I look this man dead in his eyes and I go, no, sir. And he goes, okay. And then he says, give the person the end of the day to confess that they told somebody that I plagiarized this test. What does my high school boyfriend do? Me, I did it. Because he wants the fucking A, dumbass. Oh my gosh, he pisses me off. Still to this, he pisses me off. If the day comes and goes, I don't confess, right? I don't say that it was me that fucking said it. I'm like thinking about Miss English teacher, and I'm like, I gotta go fucking talk to this woman. After that class, go and talk to her. I go, what happened? She goes, apparently he plagiarized. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, I'm the one who fucking told you that. I'm the one who told you that he plagiarized. She's like, well, you know, I had a talk with the dean and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, this bitch snitched on me. So I'm sure that she said my name and he already knows that it's me, right? So then comes the U.S. Constitution retake test. So we're like, fuck, right? Take the test. I get the test in my hand, written exam. There's no ABC. There's no, kind of giving you the answers. It's like, who is this? And then you have to write down the answer, right? I just tell myself, please, dear God, give me at the very least 15%. I would be happy with a 15% because at this point, you can't even guess your way to a B. You can't go, okay, I'm going to do B all the way down because there's no bubbles to fill in. You have to write down the answer. I'm like guessing Thomas Edison, Jack Sparrow. I don't know. Albert Einstein. I don't know. John Hancock. I don't know. Like, I'm stressed, okay? I submit my test in, and he goes, I'm going to compare this test to your previous test, and if you're in the same grade range, I'll give you the higher of the two. If you're not in the same grade range, because I believe you cheated, I'm giving you the lower of the two. He just was all around looking to fuck us, okay? And I'm like, oh my gosh, so I'm getting a 15%, right? Now remember, you have to pass APUSH in order to stay in this accelerated program, or you have to go to fucking summer school for APUSH in order to stay in this accelerated program, right? And I'm like, great, okay? Take the test. I bombed it. I got like a 15%. It was bad. Okay. It was fucking terrible, right? At this point, he's like, I fucking hate you, right? But he's not saying that out loud. School year goes on, grades are due. Now you need to have, remember, a C or higher in order to pass APUSH. So a C would be 70 to 79, right? This man gave me a 69.3. 69.3. I'm like, there's no way. He announces in class, mind you, and says, if you are close to the grade and I feel like you deserved it, I will bump you up the grade that you need, or the higher grade, right? And I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, I now have to beg this man to give me the higher grade. I have to literally, after I called him the chicken man, after I said that he plagiarized his fucking test, I now have to go begging to this man that I need a fucking C to pass the class. Everybody takes their turn saying, oh, can you please fucking bump me up a grade? Mind you, my one friend, she was 6 points away, like a full 6 points. He gave her 6 points to give her a B. My other friend, 3 points away. I'm 0.3. I'm 0.7, something like that. I'm like so fucking close. I'm not even a full point away from being at a C. I go up there. I'm like, he has to give it to me. I'm so close, right? I go, Mr. Chicken Man, can you please bump me up to a C in order for me to pass the class? I don't want to retake this class. And I feel like I've tried really hard. I'll write an essay, whatever you need of me. He goes, actually, I don't think that you deserve a C in this class. I don't think that I've seen enough effort from you. I'm like, well, I can write an essay. I could do anything that you need. I just need 0.7. Like I don't even need a full point. Can you just get me to the 70 so I could pass. He goes, I don't think I've seen enough effort from you this entire school year, actually. I don't think you deserve a C. So I'll think about it. I'll think about it. He said, I'll think about it. I'm over here like, I'm not going to pass this fucking class. I'm not going to pass this class. I'm panicking, right? What does this man do? Because the grades were due that day. And you find out at like the end of that week, like if you pass the class or not. This man fucking failed me. He failed me. 0.3 away. This man fucking failed me. I was blown. And I know when he sat there and wrote down D on my fucking report card, he was smiling. He did the long game, okay? He played checkmate. He said, yeah, you want to fuck me? I'm going to fuck you. And he did. Rightfully so, he did. All because I called him the fucking chicken man. I had to take summer school at a different high school for like 3 months of my summer, basically my whole summer, stay in this accelerated program, all because this man looks like the chicken man from Toy Story 2. How the fuck is that my fault that you were born with the same facial structures as the fucking chicken man, or that the creator of Toy Story 2 saw you in some fucking supermarket and said, wow, he would make a great villain? And honestly, foreshadowing, because he's the same guy that stole Woody, and this guy stole my fucking C in AP US history. So actually, I don't want to use the word hate. It's a strong, deep word, but I strongly dislike the chicken man. I cannot believe that he fucking failed me. I cannot believe it. I was just like appalled. Like, how fucking dare you? This man had to be miserable. And you know what? I really wish that I could show you a picture of what this man looks like, because he looks like the chicken man. I don't want to put him out there because I don't want to get in no type of trouble. He looks just like him. Like, realistically, he really does look just like him. And he failed me. And I feel like emailing him a strongly worded email and saying, just so you know, I called you the chicken man all those years ago and you failed me, and I'm doing phenomenal. I'm telling the story for everybody to hear. So who actually checkmated, you or me? I think it's me now, okay? But anyways, speaking of high school, I have to tell you this other story so my high school, it wasn't the greatest high school, okay? Sorry guys, my camera died, so you're gonna see a little bit of an adjustment. I apologize in advance, but there's nothing I can do. Set the scene for you. My high school was not a good high school. It was not a good high school at all. Gang members went to my high school. Somebody got stabbed in the parking lot. A girl's face got broken with a lock. There was a ton of people on house arrest at my high school. So that kind of sets the scene for you. So what I'm about to tell you will make sense with that preface, okay? Okay, thank you. In my high school, in the lunchroom, there was actually like a police department like in our lunchroom. Okay, because there were so many fights, so many things going on. There was a point in time in my high school where people were stealing phones and like jailbreaking them and like reselling them. Okay, so once upon a time, I'm at lunch, being a good little student. Okay, I had my phone in my book bag. Okay, and all my stuff in my book bag, and I had a black book bag. It was all black book bag. And I put it next to the table the lunch table where all my friends were at. And I'm like, hey, can you watch my book bag? I'm going to sit here with you guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab food. Waited in line for food. I come back. My friends had moved tables to a different table. Okay. And my book bag is nowhere to be found. Okay. I'm like, where the fuck's my book bag? I'm looking around, can't find my book bag, okay? Now, mind you, we had security guards in the lunchroom. We had a police department in the lunchroom and security guards in the lunchroom, okay? I find my book bag, looking around, I'm like, where the fuck's my book bag? See, like a black book bag all the way in the back in the corner underneath like a chair kind of, right? Now, my high school was like, I don't want to call them like cliquey, but there was essentially like cliques. Like there were, girls that played sports, boys that played sports, and girls that were in the same class. You know what I mean? Like some people split up by elementary school, like people that all went to the same elementary school hung out. Do you know what I'm saying? So in the back corner, this is kind of where the like gangbangers would hang out. Okay. And I see my book bag underneath the chair, and there's a dirty footprint on my book bag. Okay. My book bag was all black. So you can very clearly see somebody had like kicked my book bag, right? And it's right next to where all the gangbangers are, right? And I'm like, fuck. I already knew that some shit was gone. Mind you, a week prior to all of this, right? I just got a brand new phone. My dad had just bought me a brand new phone, and it was like the newer version of a Sidekick. If you don't know what a Sidekick is, please, dear God, just Google it. It was the coolest phone ever. It was a 5G slide, Samsung 5G slide, and it slid up and had a touchscreen. It was the coolest phone ever, right? I just got the phone, okay? Now, mind you, I just got done telling you, the people at my school were stealing phones, jailbreaking them, and selling them, right? I see my book bag has a footprint on it. I'm like, somebody stole my shit. I just knew it. I just knew somebody stole my shit, right? So I go up to my book bag, right? And I see my book bag and I'm like, hey, to the table of the people that were not the best. They're all kind of looking at me. They're all kind of mean mugging me. Some of them are laughing. I very clearly kind of know that they are the ones that took my shit, right? And they're kind of looking at me. And I go, hey, did you guys see who brought my book bag over here? They go, no, we haven't seen anything. And the girl gets pissed. Why the fuck are you coming up to us? And I was like, I'm just asking because the book bag was like literally right next to them. Like the lunch tables were right next to each other. The book bag was right next to them. I was like, I was just wondering if you guys saw anybody bring my book bag over here. No, we didn't see anybody. We didn't see anybody. The girl's kind of like motherfucking me. And I was like, okay, my bad. Like whatever. I grab my book bag and I go to the next table. And I'm like, did you guys see anybody bring my book bag? And they're kind of like glancing at the table that I assumed had took my fucking shit, right? And so I'm like, okay. And they didn't want to say though. So I go back to my book bag. I open my book bag. Everything's gone. They took my lotion, my money, my phone, my headphones, everything. Like they stole everything in my book bag, right? I'm in tears. I'm in shambles because I'm like, I just got that phone. Like I just got it. And I knew that I was not going to get the same phone or the equivalent to that. I knew that if anything, my parents are going to be like, well, your phone's gone. Too fucking bad. Like you're just going to have to wait to get a new one. Like I don't know what to tell you. Or my parents aren't going to fucking replace it and be like, here's a new phone. And be like, you fucking lost it. That's your problem. Like you're going to have to buy yourself a new phone. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm fucking freaking out. I go to the security guard and I go, I think that somebody in this area, I didn't single-handedly point them out, but I'm like, I think somebody in this area stole my phone. And he goes, why do you think that? Then, now, my school was very well known for passing phones off. So what they would do is somebody would steal a phone and then in a class and then have that another person meet them in the hallway. They would pass it. So if that person was accused of stealing the phone, they didn't have the phone on them. Okay. So I'm like, and I'm pretty sure it was this one guy, right? I was like, oh my God, like I'm pretty sure that it's him, but I didn't want to say that it was him because I was low-key kind of scared, bitch. I'm not trying to get jumped. Hello. I'm not trying to get jumped. So I see him get up and he's looking around and I see him go towards the lunchroom doors and he pulls my phone out. I see him have my phone. He goes to pull my phone out and he's going to go swap it. And I told security, I'm like, he's about to go swap my phone. He's going to swap my phone. He's going to swap my phone. So the security guard stops him, checks his pockets, and lo and behold, there's my phone. Okay. He's kind of like fighting the security guards off and I'm standing there and the girls are motherfucking me that were with him. They're like, you fucking snitching ass bitch, blah, 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 whatever. Bitch, I just want my phone back. Just give me my phone back. I don't give a fuck about the money. I don't give a fuck about the lotion. I don't give a fuck about the perfume. I just wanted my phone back. And so I'm freaking out. And then they kind of like grab him and like almost like kind of like cuff him. Like they put his hands behind his back and he looks at me and he goes, I got shit on me. If I get fucking caught up, you're fucking dead, bitch. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally gonna die. Like I was terrified. I was scared for my life. Like I'm not even joking. He ends up getting caught up with like drugs on him. And I don't know what exactly happened to him, but he got caught up with drugs. I don't know if he was on house arrest or anything, but word got around that he was gonna send the girls that were at the table to jump me. Like they were going to jump me. They were going to find me and they were going to jump me. And everybody was telling me, yep, they're going to jump you. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I didn't know what to do. I'm going to get jumped. Like they're literally going to kick the fucking living shit out of me. I don't know how to fight. They're going to beat my fucking ass. Right. So I go home that day and I do. What do? I tell my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm going to get my ass beat. Like I'm literally going to get my ass beat. She goes, what happened? I go, this guy stole my phone. I snitched on him. I didn't know he had shit on him. He got caught up and he said if he gets caught up, he said I'm dead. He's going to fucking find me. My grandpa, he is a good man, let me tell you. My grandpa on my dad's side, he's a scary man, you know, and he gets shit done. So word gets around. My mom tells my dad tells my grandpa. My grandpa goes, okay, says nothing, okay? For weeks, I had to walk home fucking terrified that I was going to get jumped, right? And I was like constantly looking behind me. They never got me in class because I was in that accelerated program. I was away from all the like the bigger crowd of students. I was kind of like secluded away with all like the nerds essentially. Like we were all like just in a separate curriculum, so I just saw the same students all the time, so they never like got me in school, right? But I was always afraid when I came out of school that they were gonna fucking jump me, right? So for weeks go by and nothing ever happens, right? And I'm like, okay, and I feel like I'm good at that point. My grandpa calls me, Papa Joe. Shout out Papa Joe. Love you, Papa Joe. He calls me and goes, you ever have any problems with those girls or anything? And I go, no. He goes, good. Okay, I just want to check in, make sure. And I go, okay. I later find out that my grandpa was following me home in an unmarked vehicle with a bat and like some metal pipes, and was watching to make sure that I was going to get jumped. Because if I did, he was well prepared, allegedly. Let's just put it that way, okay? I didn't even know he was following me because he was in a different car. He was in a car that he didn't know. And he goes, you'll be fine. He's like, you'll be fine. He's like, you have any problems, you let me know. And he did this for weeks. He followed me home for weeks to make sure that nobody jumped me. And I got my phone back. The guy that did steal my phone did keep my SIM card, but like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. At one point, when he said, bitch, you're dead, and he was gonna kill me, I literally was like, keep the phone. Actually, I'll go back to my Cricket phone, my little baby handheld Nokia phone, instead of getting my ass beat. Like, instead of that, like, I would rather take that, okay? That's what ended up happening. My Papa Joe ended up following me home. God bless him. What a good man, right? Like, I'm over here about to get jumped. And you know what? That reminds me of a different time too. Like I said, my high school wasn't the greatest, okay? There was a different time that I was supposed to be jumped because of my big ass fucking mouth, okay? I had a mouth on me in high school. I constantly was like running my mouth. It always got me in trouble, as my mother would say all the time. And I'm sitting there with my ex, or my high school boyfriend at the time. Some girl said some fucking shit to me, okay? There was fights all the time. And I said something like, shut the fuck up. And he looked at me as if I literally like said the craziest thing ever. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, do you know who that is? And I'm like, no. And apparently he went to elementary school with her, and he goes, she literally fights bitches for fun. Like, when she's bored, she like scalps bitches. Like, that's the type of person this girl was. And I'm like, no, I didn't listen to him. So I tell her to shut the fuck up again. Stupid. Hello. Like, am I dumb? I'm dumb, okay? And she goes, wait till I catch you. Wait till I catch you. Like, when I'm fucking not paying. Basically, she's telling me she's going to jump me, okay? This is the second time. I'm going to get jumped, okay? And I'm like, then word gets around, oh, so-and-so, let's just call her. She had kind of a scary name, but let's call her Helga. The word gets around, they go, Helga, I heard Helga wants to beat your ass. Helga's looking for you. Helga's looking for you. I'm like, what? And everybody's like, what did you do? Oh my gosh. And then like the reaction of other people scared me, because they're like, you're gonna get your ass beat, okay? Mind you, never been in a fight before, okay? Never been in a fight before, never been in a physical altercation. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And so now I'm getting scared. And so like the term at my high school was, I'll meet you at Sitco. I'll meet you at Sitco. So at Taft, towards the end of the block, there's a gas station. People used to meet there to fight because you're technically off of school grounds, but it's literally like 10 feet off of school grounds. So bitches couldn't even wait till they got to like a park or something. They would literally just go to Sitco, and they would just start boxing at Sitco, okay? So if anybody said I'm gonna meet you at Sitco, that means you're getting your ass beat. Like, expect to get your shit fucking rocked, okay? So she was telling everybody, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat this bitch's ass, and I was terrified. Now mind you, I was on the basketball team. God bless the basketball team. The basketball team saved my life, okay? There was this girl who also fought a lot that was on the basketball team. We're gonna call her Alexa, okay? Alexa was on the basketball team. She was my friend. We all played on the basketball team, okay? A lot of women on the basketball team at my high school did fight a lot. And there was like maybe me and like 2 other people that didn't really fight, okay? And so we were all collectively as a group, we're a team, we're a basketball team. We all loved each other, we all cared about each other. I'm still friends with a lot of the people on my basketball team to this day, right? So word gets around that Helga wants to beat my ass, right? Everybody's kind of chitter-chattering about it on the basketball team while we're scrimmaging, okay? And then I said to one of my other friends, I go, oh yeah, Helga wants to beat my ass. Alexa heard it and goes, huh? Who? And I go, Helga wants to beat my ass. And unbeknownst to me, Alexa and Helga had beef. They hated each other, but they didn't have a reason to beat each other's ass, okay? Hello, I became the reason, right? Alexa hears this and she goes, what do you mean? And I go, well, I didn't know that she was a crazy bitch. She wanted to fight everybody, and I told her, shut the fuck up. Without really knowing who the fuck I was talking to. I have since learned several lessons, okay? I mind my business. I shut the fuck up and mind my own fucking business, okay? Now, okay, but this is in high school. I was 16. So then she goes, what do you mean she wants to beat your ass? I go, and I'm like, I'm terrified. And then Alexa looks at me and she goes, look, this is what you're going to want to do, okay? You ever get into a fight with somebody, I'm going to teach you something. Mind you, Alexa's been in several fights. Alexa's known for beating bitches' asses, okay? She goes, listen to me. If you have the time, put your hair up real quick in a quick bun. Take out your earrings. Make sure you don't have any earrings on you. She goes, and let's just say she bops you in the face. She hits you in the face. She's like, you grab that bitch's hair and you you punch your other hand. Just your aim should be at your other hand. She's like, so if you have a handful of her hair, you just make sure that your hand hits your other hand, because you'll never miss. You're going to hit her in the face. You're going to hit her in the head. I look at her and go, okay. Yes, Mom. Okay. Okay. She goes, listen to me. You'll be okay. You got this, okay? Remember that. You grab her hair and then you hit your other hand. You just bah, 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 bah. And she goes, you know what? And she had basketball shorts on. She's standing like this. Bitch, look at me. She got basketball shorts on. She's like this. She's literally standing like this. She's like, you gotta squat a little low, and she's like, and you just boom, 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 and I'm like, okay, and she goes, you got it, girl, you got it. She's like, you'll be fine, and she's like, what did she say, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm like, I didn't think I really did anything that bad for her to want to beat my ass, because I mean, bitches were beating each other's asses for like sleeping with their boyfriend and stuff. I just told her, shut the fuck up. I said, shh, but in a bad way. I shushed her in a derogatory way. And so Alexa goes, you'll be fine. She's not going to beat your ass. So after basketball practice, we go out downstairs. This bitch is waiting for me. She wants to fight me. I'm like, fuck. Here comes Alexa. Hey, yo, I heard you got a problem with my girl. What the fuck is wrong with you? Alexa just came in, fucking guns blazing. She said, yeah? You want to fight my fucking basketball friend? I'm going to fuck you up. Alexa, God bless this girl. I love her so much. I saw her actually recently, and I was like, you saved my life. I was like, you literally taught me like what to do in a fight and everything. She's like, what? She didn't even remember. And then so she goes up to her and she goes, you got a problem? My friend Helga goes, what the fuck is your problem? Now, mind you, they already hated each other. So they were just looking for an excuse to beat each other's ass at that point. They were just looking for a fucking excuse, okay? Alexa comes up, boom. And then that was it. Helga and Alexa just start fucking fighting. All because of me. All because I told this bitch to shut the fuck up. What the fuck is wrong with me, okay? Anyways, Alexa ended up winning. Helga got her ass beat. And I was like, and then from that day forward, I was like, we are boys. Me and Alexa, I was like, I thanked her, but like, she was like, bitch, don't be fucking thanking me for this stupid shit. You know what I mean? But I was looking at her like, I definitely would have got my shit rocked. I would have got my shit rocked. Have you ever got your shit rocked by a bitch named Helga? That would have been me. Yeah, there were several times where I almost got my ass beat just for having like an attitude problem and a big ass mouth and like not knowing my place and when to shut the fuck up. Don't worry about me though. I have since learned I shut the fuck up all the time, actually. I love shutting the fuck up. It's one of my favorite things to do. I think it's a beautiful thing to shut the fuck up. So no, I don't talk my shit to people that I don't need to talk my shit to. You know what I mean? I stay out of it. You know, it costs $0.00 to mind your own fucking business. And I love free shit. Let me tell you that much. I love free shit. Okay. So anyways, bitch, again, this is all alleged. We don't know if this really happened. Do you know if this really happened? It probably didn't. I just hope that this episode in particular made you laugh. Had you a little giggle. I hope you tell people. Oh, I have a friend that almost got her ass beat several times because she doesn't know how to shut the fuck up, but she has since learned to shut the fuck up. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed this story time. And that's how we're going to continue these episodes. We're going to tell story times. I think we all need a little chuckle, a little giggle in this lifetime because the world's in a dark, shitty ass place, okay? So I hope this episode made you laugh. I hope you giggled. I hope you have a story now to tell one of your friends. Please like, share, and subscribe as you know. And remember, it's all legend, baby. It's all legend. I'll see you next episode, bitch. Love you. Boom. Shaka-laka, boom, shaka-laka. I love that episode.